In this video, I'm about to show you 30 popcorn brands you should never touch, and why, along with 10 brands that are actually safe and worth snacking on, starting with number 30, Jolly Time. Jolly Time might look innocent on the grocery shelf, all bright colors and classic American popcorn vibes, but don't be fooled. Pop open a bag of their buttery microwave popcorn and you'll be greeted with a smell that's half artificial butter and half regret. In 2016, several batches were recalled after the FDA discovered packaging issues that could allow mold and bacterial growth, turning a simple snack into a potential health hazard. Inside the bag, tiny, unevenly coated kernels are drowning in partially hydrogenated oils and diacetyl, a chemical linked to popcorn lung in workers exposed to it over time. A single serving contains nearly 500 milligrams of sodium, along with preservatives and artificial flavors that make your kitchen smell like a chemistry lab. The texture is uneven. Some kernels are burnt and others barely pop. What is the taste? Metallic, synthetic, and oddly cloying. If you're craving nostalgia, keep the memories. Your taste buds and lungs will thank you. Skip Jolly Time, leave it on the shelf, and reach for popcorn without lawsuits and chemical warnings. Number 29. Orville Redenbacher's Microwave Popcorn. Orville Redenbacher's has been the go-to popcorn brand for decades, but nostalgia doesn't save your arteries. Pop a bag, and you're hit with a strong chemical butter smell that lingers like it has a vendetta. In 2015, the FDA flagged certain bags for excessive diacetyl levels, a chemical linked to popcorn lung in factory workers. Definitely not something you want drifting through your kitchen. The kernels are coated in partially hydrogenated oils and artificial flavoring, giving you a salty, almost metallic bite. One serving packs roughly 450 to 500 milligrams of sodium, along with preservatives and added sugar. These tiny amounts add up fast, especially if you're over 55 and watching your blood pressure or heart health. The texture is inconsistent. Some kernels crisp perfectly, others stubbornly half-popped, leaving a weirdly chewy crunch. Orville wants you to believe it's comfort food, but for many in our audience, it's a snack with a chemical side of worry. Your heart, taste buds, and long-term health will thank you if you leave this one on the shelf and choose a safer, low-additive option. Number 28. Pop Secret. Pop Secret sounds like something fun you'd sneak into a movie theater, but the real secret is what's inside the bag, and it's not pretty. In 2019, Pop Secret faced multiple consumer complaints after reports of a chemical aftertaste and burnt plastic smell filled review boards. The culprit? Artificial butter flavoring, high sodium, and oil residues make your microwave smell like a science experiment. Each bag is loaded with palm oil, TBHQ preservatives, and natural flavor additives, which are legal loopholes for almost anything. One serving delivers nearly 550 milligrams of sodium and traces of diacetyl, which have long been linked to popcorn lung in manufacturing workers. Visually, it's deceptive, golden, buttery, and inviting. But the taste is a confusing mix of salt, wax, and regret. Many older consumers report headaches and throat irritation after eating it, but it is not precisely a movie night memory worth keeping. If your idea of a good time includes inhaling fumes that should come with a warning label, go ahead and nuke a bag. Otherwise, treat Pop Secret as it is, a chemical carnival masquerading as comfort food. Number 27. Act 2. Act 2 loves to play the classic movie night card, bright blue box, buttery smell, and the nostalgia of Friday nights on the couch. But behind that cozy image, you're basically inhaling a chemistry experiment wrapped in nostalgia. Most Act 2 flavors, especially butter lovers and extreme butter, are loaded with partially hydrogenated oils, artificial butter flavor, and preservatives your body doesn't need. Health watchdogs have repeatedly flagged the brand for using diacetyl, a chemical flavoring compound linked to a condition known as popcorn lung bronchiolitis obliterans among factory workers. Even though diacetyl was phased out around 2015, replacement flavoring chemicals like 2,3-pentanedione still raise similar health concerns. And don't even get started on the sodium. A microwave bag can contain 900 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the daily limit the American Heart Association recommends. Add saturated fats from palm and coconut oils, and you have a snack that's doing your arteries no favors. In 2016, the FDA announced that specific Act 2 batches had to be recalled due to potential contamination and packaging defects that could cause spoilage. This is not exactly a plot twist anyone wanted during movie night. So while the packaging might promise movie theater butter, the reality is closer to cardiologist nightmare. Skip the Act 2 rerun if you're over 55 and trying to keep your blood pressure or cholesterol in check. Your body deserves a better sequel. Number 26. Smart food. Don't let the word smart fool you. This popcorn is more marketing than mindfulness. Smart food wants you to believe it's the brainy choice of snackers everywhere. But if you flip the bag and read the label, it's more like a chemistry quiz than a health win. The famous white cheddar flavor might taste addictive, thanks to a cocktail of artificial and natural flavors, whey, canola oil, and maltodextrin. This highly processed sugar spikes your blood sugar almost as fast as candy. For older adults or anyone managing diabetes or cholesterol, that combo's a red flag waving in 4 kelvins. And about that smart label? In 2022, a class action lawsuit accused Frito-Lay Smart Foods parent company of misleading consumers by labeling their popcorn as healthy while hiding that it's packed with high sodium, refined oils, and synthetic additives. One serving might clock in at 290 milligrams of sodium, but who eats just one handful? 2 cups turn into 6 before the movie even starts. Let's also talk about what you don't see on the front. Smart Foods popcorn is cooked in canola oil, which may sound harmless, but is often highly refined and stripped of nutrients, leaving inflammatory compounds that aren't doing your heart any favors. So, if you're over 55, watching your cholesterol, or just trying to snack smarter, here's the truth. Smart Foods' name is clever branding, not clean eating. The only smart move here is leaving it on the shelf. Number 25. G.H. Creter's Popcorn. The name G.H. Creter's immediately suggests premium and handcrafted, but the reality is different when you open a bag. Open a bag of their mix or caramel corn, and you'll be hit with a buttery aroma and a subtle chemical-like sweetness. At first glance, the kernels look perfectly coated, but several batches have received complaints about uneven coating, burnt kernels, and hard kernels. Ingredients? This brand uses partially hydrogenated oils, artificial flavor enhancers, and preservatives, which can pose serious risks to your heart and arteries. One serving contains 220 to 250 milligrams of sodium, but most people eat the whole bag, instantly pushing sodium intake over 500 milligrams. The combination of saturated fats and additives increases long-term risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, and cholesterol problems. It is metallic and slightly synthetic, especially in the caramel and cheese mix. If you're looking for real, chemical-free popcorn, G.H. Creter's is not a safe choice. Fancy packaging and marketing might fool you, but this popcorn poses a health risk. If you care about your heart, blood pressure, and long-term health, skip G.H. Creter's. The safest alternative is air-popped popcorn with real butter and minimal ingredients. Number 24. Crunch and Munch. Crunch and Munch is the kind of popcorn that brings back childhood memories of ball games, fairs, and that sweet buttery caramel smell. But here's the thing. Nostalgia can be blinding, and this stuff is basically a sugar bomb wrapped in corn syrup and oil. A single serving, and let's be real, nobody eats just one pack, which contains around 24 grams of sugar and 8 grams of fat. The caramel coating is mostly high fructose corn syrup, refined sugar, and hydrogenated vegetable oil, the kind that's been linked to inflammation, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. For anyone over 55 who watches blood sugar or triglycerides, that's a disaster waiting to happen. In 2020, Conagra Brands, the company behind Crunch and Munch, faced multiple consumer complaints about misleading natural flavor claims and ingredient changes. People noticed the snack tasted more artificial and oily, and left a waxy coating in the mouth. Modern batches rely heavily on synthetic flavor enhancers and cheap corn syrup solids instead of real butter or caramelized sugar. And here's the kicker. An average box contains more sugar than a Snickers bar, and the sodium sneaks up at nearly 200 milligrams per serving, making it a double whammy for blood pressure and insulin levels. So yeah, it might look like a harmless throwback, but Crunch and Munch is basically dessert in disguise. If you're craving something sweet and crunchy, grab an air-popped batch and drizzle a touch of honey instead. Your heart and your dentist will thank you later. Number 23. Fiddle Faddle. Fiddle faddle, even the name sounds cheerful, like something you'd eat at a baseball game in the 80 seconds without a care in the world. But these days, that same cheerful box hides a sugar-soaked, ultra-processed snack that's way less innocent than it looks. Each serving packs around 150 calories, 16 grams of sugar, and 7 grams of fat, but that's per serving. A whole box can quietly creep past 500 calories, nearly 50 grams of sugar, and a dose of refined oils that would make any cardiologist sigh. The caramel coating is mostly high fructose corn syrup, partially hydrogenated oil, and artificial flavorings that make the popcorn shiny but leave behind that waxy chemical aftertaste. Even though Conagra, the same parent company behind Crunch and Munch and Act 2, markets it as lightly glazed popcorn, there's nothing light about what it does to your blood sugar or cholesterol. Food safety experts have also noted that the ingredient list reads more like a dessert syrup recipe than a snack, with additives like TBHQ, a preservative tied to potential liver and DNA damage in animal studies. And for older adults, especially those managing heart conditions or diabetes, that's not a gamble worth taking. Sure, Fiddle Faddle might bring a wave of nostalgia, but it's the kind that leaves you with more regret than satisfaction. If you're craving caramel popcorn, make it fresh at home with real sugar, butter, and zero mystery ingredients. That's the kind of throwback worth keeping. Number 22. Butterkissed. Butterkissed sounds comforting, like movie nights, drive-ins, and a big warm tub of buttery popcorn. But the truth hiding inside that cheerful yellow bag isn't nearly as cozy. One serving of Butterkissed toffee popcorn packs around 180 calories, 9 grams of fat, and a staggering 12 grams of sugar, which is roughly half your daily recommended limit if you're concerned about blood sugar or heart health. The sodium isn't light either, approximately 260 milligrams per serving, which adds up fast if you're munching through the bag. Let's be honest, who stops at one serving? The bigger concern? Palm oil is the heavily processed kind known to raise LDL cholesterol and contribute to artery hardening in older adults. Add that to the artificial colorings like E150C and preservatives like TBHQ, which are linked to oxidative stress and potential liver issues in animal studies, and you've got a recipe for long-term trouble disguised as comfort food. In 2021, Butterkissed even faced a UK-wide recall by the Food Standards Agency, the FSA, after inspectors found packaging defects that risked mold growth. For a snack that's supposed to be feel-good, that's a serious buzzkill. And that buttery flavor? Don't be fooled. Much comes from synthetic diacetyl, the same chemical once tied to popcorn lung among factory workers. Not something you want drifting through your kitchen air whenever you microwave a bag. Number 21. Pop Weaver. Pop Weaver might look like a harmless classic on the grocery shelf, the brand your parents might have grabbed for movie nights, but don't let the retro packaging fool you. One serving of Pop Weaver butter microwave popcorn clocks in at roughly 180 to 200 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 220 to 250 milligrams of sodium. That might not sound catastrophic until you realize most people eat the whole bag in one sitting, pushing calories to over 500 and sodium to nearly 600 to 700 milligrams in a single snack. The bigger issue? The butter flavor isn't real butter. It's artificial flavoring containing diacetyl, the chemical historically linked to popcorn lung in workers exposed to it over time. Even trace amounts might irritate sensitive lungs, a serious concern for older adults or anyone with respiratory conditions. Food watchdogs have also flagged TBHQ, a common preservative in Pop Weaver, which in animal studies has been tied to liver and DNA damage. Combined with partially hydrogenated oils, yes, the kind that can raise bad cholesterol, LDL, your simple movie snack suddenly doesn't feel so innocent. So while Pop Weaver may look nostalgic and fun, it's a high-sodium, chemically loaded snack better left on the shelf. Your lungs, heart, and taste buds will thank you. Number 20. Popcornopoulos. Popcornopoulos might look like a carnival dream in a cone, glossy, colorful, and promising gourmet fun, but behind that festive packaging lies a sugar bomb disguised as popcorn. Take their caramel corn, for example. A single serving, about 2/3 cup, packs 150 calories, 10 grams of sugar, and 130 milligrams of sodium. Let's be real, nobody eats just one serving. Finish the whole cone, which most people do, and you're staring down 600 calories above and over 40 grams of sugar, roughly the same as a can of Coke plus a candy bar. The problem goes beyond sugar. Popcornopoulos uses glucose syrup, brown sugar, palm oil, and butter flavoring. A perfect storm of fats and refined carbs that can spike blood sugar, clog arteries, and leave you crashing an hour later. The cheese and kettle corn versions aren't much better. They are loaded with artificial flavors and TBHQ preservatives, the same chemicals tied to cell damage in animal studies. Food analysts have even called Popcornopoulos one of the worst offenders among gourmet brands because it tricks consumers with phrases like real ingredients while hiding ultra-processed sweeteners and oils under fancy labels. For older adults managing diabetes, heart health, or just trying to avoid added sugars, this is one cone of nostalgia that's better left in the carnival tent. Number 19. Cracker Jack Popcorn. Cracker Jack immediately takes you back to childhood fairs, baseball games, and that iconic caramel coating. But when you open a box, the sweet aroma hides the truth. Some kernels are unevenly coated, sticky, or even hard. Ingredients tell the real story: partially hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup, and preservatives. One serving clocks around 110 to 120 calories with 200 milligrams of sodium. However, if you finish the whole box, you're looking at 400 to 450 calories and over 500 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. That sugar and fat combo can raise your risks of obesity, high blood pressure, and heart problems over time. Taste? Sweet, crunchy, and nostalgic, but also slightly synthetic. If you want real, chemical-free popcorn, Cracker Jack isn't it. Fancy packaging and childhood memories might fool you, but the health price is real. For your heart, blood pressure, and long-term health, skip Cracker Jack. Air-popped popcorn with a drizzle of real caramel or minimal ingredients is safer and smarter. This snack can be particularly risky, especially for anyone over 55, increasing the chances of high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, and heart complications. Number 18. Cousin Willie's. Cousin Willie's wants you to think of cozy movie nights and that perfect buttery crunch. The bag promises nostalgia in every kernel and mostly delivers on taste. But before you pop a bag, let's talk reality. Each serving comes in about 150 calories and roughly 320 milligrams of sodium. That's not outrageous on paper, but most people don't stop at a single serving. 2 or 3 handfuls later, your sodium intake is suddenly climbing, and those calories add up faster than you realize. Then there's the ingredients list. Artificial butter flavor, soy lecithin, and palm oil dominate the bag, giving you that rich movie theater taste, but none of them are suitable for your body. For older adults, especially those managing heart health or watching blood pressure, it's the kind of snack that sneaks indulgence with a side of concern. But it doesn't end there. A joint study by iPen and the Nexus 3 Foundation found that Cousin Willie's popcorn bags tested positive for fluorotellumer alcohols known as FTOHs, a PFAS chemical. These forever chemicals are linked to various health issues, including liver and immune system damage. While the company hasn't faced lawsuits over this, the findings raise questions about the transparency of ingredient sourcing and the potential health risks associated with these chemicals. So yeah, Cousin Willie tastes fun and looks innocent, but it sneaks in sodium, calories, and chemicals faster than you notice. Your heart and health might thank you if you leave this bag on the shelf and grab something simpler and safer. Number 17. Newman's Own. Newman's Own is the kind of popcorn that looks harmless on the shelf, comes in a bright bag, offers classic sea salt flavor, and promises that profits go to charity. It feels like a snack you can feel good about, but pop open a bag and it's not all sunshine. Each serving has roughly 150 calories and 290 milligrams of sodium, which isn't alarming initially, but most people easily eat double or triple that amount without noticing. It's a quiet flood of salt and calories. The ingredient list is simple at first glance: popcorn, sunflower oil, sea salt, but dig deeper and you'll see potential concerns. Some batches use palm oil, which is high in saturated fat and can raise LDL, or low-density lipoprotein, and bad cholesterol over time. A 2022 lab study also detected trace amounts of PFAS chemicals, the infamous forever chemicals linked in research to liver, kidney, and immune system problems. No lawsuits have hit Newman's Own, but it shows that even clean brands can carry hidden risks. For older adults, especially those managing heart conditions, high blood pressure, or diabetes, a bag of Newman's Own can quietly increase sodium and fat intake beyond intended levels. It's tasty, ethical, and feels wholesome, but your heart and arteries might not thank you for finishing the bag. Number 16. Black Jewel. At first glance, Black Jewel popcorn looks like a harmless, even healthy snack, popcorn. Corn is naturally low calorie and often considered a smart snack. But don't be fooled by appearances. Each serving packs roughly 210 calories and 230 milligrams of sodium. A whole bag contains about 4 servings, which could send your sodium intake soaring to 920 milligrams, well over half the American Heart Association's daily limit. The kernels are heavily coated with sugar, artificial flavorings, and partially hydrogenated oils to maintain a glossy, Instagram-worthy look. This cocktail can spike blood sugar and raise cholesterol if eaten in typical snack-sized portions. Food safety reports have also flagged that some Black Jewel batches have high levels of TBHQ, a preservative linked in animal studies to liver stress and DNA issues. Several consumers have reported stomach upset and heartburn, especially among older adults or those with heart conditions. So yes, it's visually striking and might look harmless, but for anyone monitoring heart health, blood pressure, or blood sugar, Black Jewel is a popcorn you should approach with caution. Fun to eat? Maybe. Safe for your body? Not really. Number 15. Kroger. Kroger's popcorn might seem like a convenient, budget-friendly snack you grab while loading your cart for movie night. But don't let the simple packaging fool you. This is more than just plain popcorn. Each serving of Kroger butter or kettle corn clocks in around 190 to 210 calories and 220 to 250 milligrams of sodium, which doesn't sound too shocking until you realize most people finish the whole bag in one sitting, doubling those numbers without thinking. The real problem? The ingredient list. In flavored varieties, Kroger's popcorn often contains partially hydrogenated oils, artificial butter flavor, and added sugar. Unlike other brands that at least try to emphasize whole ingredients, Kroger hides these additives behind a snack that looks innocent. And here's the kicker. In 2018, the brand faced multiple consumer complaints about uneven popping and burnt kernels. Some batches even had oil seepage issues from the bag, making the experience messy and greasy. So while it markets itself as a quick, fun snack, Kroger popcorn is quietly loaded with additives, inconsistent quality, and hidden sugar, turning a seemingly harmless treat into a cautionary snack for anyone watching sodium, sugar, or heart health. It tastes easy and convenient, but your arteries and taste buds might not forgive finishing that bag. There are safer, cleaner alternatives that won't make you wonder what you just ate. Number 14. Trader Joe's Movie Theater Popcorn. Trader Joe's Movie Theater Popcorn looks like the perfect at-home movie snack. Big buttery kernels, classic cinema vibes, and a bag that promises nostalgia. But don't let the packaging fool you. Behind that buttery scent is a hidden concern. PFAS chemicals. These so-called forever chemicals are sometimes used in microwave popcorn bags to keep grease from seeping out. Over time, PFAS exposure has been linked to liver, kidney, and immune system issues. While enjoying a movie night, your popcorn could leave more than just buttery crumbs behind. And here's a twist you might not expect. Trader Joe's has faced scrutiny for misleading labeling claims like several other popcorn brands. Some products marketed as all-natural or no artificial flavors have still been found to contain synthetic additives. No one wants to feel duped while reaching for a bag that promises wholesome fun. So yes, it tastes fun, smells like movie magic, and hits the nostalgia button, but your health might quietly pay the price. If you're over 55 or just cautious about chemicals, it might be smarter to air pop your popcorn at home and drizzle on some real butter. It's simple, tasty, and drama-free. Number 13. Market Pantry Popcorn. Market Pantry Popcorn, Target's budget-friendly favorite, looks harmless, brightly packaged, ready for movie night, and easy to grab in bulk. But don't be fooled by the low price and cheerful branding. Pop open a bag, and you're likely greeted with an overpowering artificial butter aroma. Each serving contains roughly 160 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 220 milligrams of sodium, which can quickly add up if you finish more than one serving, like most people do during a movie. The partially hydrogenated oils and preservatives can raise bad cholesterol over time and increase the risk of heart disease. The texture isn't much better. Some kernels are perfectly popped, others stubbornly half-cooked, leaving an awkward crunch mid-snack. In 2017, several consumers complained about inconsistent quality and chemical aftertaste, sparking a minor class action suit highlighting misleading natural flavor claims on the packaging. Even though the case didn't make headlines nationwide, it reminds us that convenience often comes with a hidden cost. So while Market Pantry looks like a simple, friendly snack, your heart, taste buds, and long-term health might prefer skipping this one, air-popped popcorn at home with a dash of real butter? That's the classic, safe, no surprises alternative. Number 12. Lance Popcorn. With its small, friendly bags, Lance Popcorn might look like a cozy, snackable treat, but looks can be deceiving. Pop open a bag, and you're hit with a strong artificial butter aroma that's more chemical than comforting. Each serving contains roughly 170 calories, 9 grams of fat, and 230 milligrams of sodium, which might seem okay for a handful, but movie nights rarely stop at just one serving. Overindulging can quietly spike your blood pressure, increase cholesterol levels, and contribute to heart disease risk, especially for adults who are watching their health. The oil blend often includes partially hydrogenated oils, and the artificial flavoring can leave a waxy, slightly metallic aftertaste lingering in your mouth. Regular consumption may also worsen inflammation and artery hardening over time, making it a deceptively unhealthy snack. If you want buttery nostalgia without the hidden risks, homemade popcorn with real butter and controlled salt is the way to go. Your heart, blood pressure, and taste buds will thank you. Number 11. Popcorn Sutton's Kettle Mix. Popcorn Sutton's Kettle Mix is the perfect sweet and salty treat, but that shiny bag hides serious health concerns. A serving contains about 220 calories, 12 grams of fat, and 300 milligrams of sodium. Most people don't stop at one serving, though. A whole bag can easily pack 880 to 900 calories, 48 grams of fat, and over 1,200 milligrams of sodium, which is well above recommended limits for a single snack session. The ingredients include partially hydrogenated oils, refined sugar, and artificial flavorings. Studies show that trans fats found in hydrogenated oils can increase LDL cholesterol, raise inflammation, and elevate the risk of heart disease. At the same time, excessive sodium intake is strongly linked to high blood pressure and cardiovascular complications. So, while popcorn Suttons may look fun and nostalgic, finishing a whole bag invites calorie overload, a sodium spike, and potential long-term heart risks. For a safer option, air-popped popcorn with a light sprinkle of seasoning gives the same crunch and flavor without the chemical baggage. Number 10. Clover Valley Popcorn. Clover Valley might seem like the budget-friendly hero of the snack aisle, that classic movie theater butter scent promising a cozy night in. But before you grab a bag, here's the reality check. A single bag of their buttery microwave popcorn contains around 900 calories, 60 grams of fat, and nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium, more than half the daily limit for most adults. If you mindlessly finish the whole bag during a movie, you toss your heart, blood pressure, and arteries into the deep end. The butter flavor isn't natural. It's loaded with artificial flavors and partially hydrogenated oils, linked to higher cholesterol and long-term cardiovascular risks. Nutritionists point out that the combination of high sodium, saturated fat, and preservatives can spike blood pressure and elevate the risk of heart disease over time. Studies show that regular consumption of heavily processed, high-sodium snacks can quietly damage your arteries and stress your liver. Number 9. Hy-Vee Microwave Popcorn. Hy-Vee Microwave Popcorn may seem like a convenient and affordable snack option, but a closer examination reveals some concerning nutritional details. A typical serving contains approximately 160 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 200 milligrams of sodium. However, most individuals consume an entire bag, which can add up to 480 calories, 30 grams of fat, and 600 milligrams of sodium, constituting a significant portion of the daily recommended intake. The ingredients list includes vegetable oils, salt, and artificial flavorings. While these components contribute to the flavor, excessive intake of saturated fats and sodium is associated with increased risks of heart disease and high blood pressure. Additionally, artificial flavors raise concerns about potential long-term health effects. Studies have shown that regular consumption of high-sodium and high-fat snacks can lead to adverse health outcomes. For instance, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high-sodium intake is linked to elevated blood pressure and an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. Furthermore, research in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics indicates that diets high in saturated fats can contribute to the development of heart disease over time. If you're looking for a healthier alternative, consider making your own popcorn at home using air popping methods and adding your own seasonings. This way, you can control the amount of oil and salt, making for a healthier snack. Number 8. Signature Select Microwave Popcorn. Signature Select might look like the no-fuss option on the grocery shelf, with simple packaging, familiar flavors, and the promise of buttery movie night goodness. But don't let its innocent appearance fool you. Pop open a bag and you're entering a chemistry lab disguised as a snack. Each serving contains roughly 160 calories, 10 grams of fat, and 200 milligrams of sodium. But let's be honest, who stops at one serving? Eat the whole bag, and you're staring at nearly 480 calories, 30 grams of fat, and 600 milligrams of sodium, enough to raise your heart and blood pressure eyebrows. Now the ingredients. Vegetable oils, salt, and artificial butter flavor dominate the bag. That flavor? It's not just buttery. It's chemically engineered, using compounds like diacetyl, the same chemical once linked to popcorn lung in factory workers exposed over long periods. Even though it's used in tiny amounts here, repeated exposure to artificial flavor chemicals has been studied for potential respiratory and cardiovascular risks. A 2012 Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine study noted that workers exposed to flavoring chemicals, including diacetyl and 2,3-pentanedione, showed early signs of lung inflammation, highlighting the caution even everyday consumers might consider. Texture-wise, it's a gamble. Some kernels pop perfectly, others stay stubbornly chewy, and the taste swings between fake butter nostalgia and an oddly metallic note that lingers after the empty bag. So yes, Signature Select is convenient, cheap, and familiar, but it's far from harmless. If you're serious about reducing sodium, fat, and chemical exposure, skip the microwave version and reach for air-popped corn with a light sprinkle of real salt. Your lungs, arteries, and taste buds will thank you later. Number 7. Oogies Gourmet Popcorn. Oogies Gourmet Popcorn claims to be a healthier alternative because it is all-natural, non-GMO, and gluten-free. But appearances can be deceiving. A typical serving contains around 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 22 grams of carbohydrates. Most people don't stop at one serving, so finishing an entire bag can pack up to 420 calories, 15 grams of fat, and 66 grams of carbs, an alarming load if you're watching your diet. The ingredients list is simple: popcorn, sugar, sunflower oil, and salt. But that simplicity hides a risk. Diets high in sugar and refined oils are linked to increased inflammation and weight gain. Even small amounts of artificial flavoring that enhance taste can contribute to long-term metabolic issues if consumed frequently. Research from the British Journal of Nutrition highlights that frequent intake of sugary and fatty snacks is associated with higher markers of inflammation and oxidative stress, which can elevate the risk of chronic diseases. Another study in Nutrients emphasizes that snacks high in refined oils can negatively impact cholesterol levels and cardiovascular health over time. Number 6. Great Value Popcorn. Let's be real. Great Value Popcorn might seem like a no-brainer snack, but it's a sneaky troublemaker if you're over 55. Eat the whole bag and you'll see 480 calories, 27 grams of fat, and 720 milligrams of sodium, a heart-stress cocktail. The flavor comes from partially hydrogenated oils and artificial butter chemicals, including diacetyl substitutes, which may cause lung irritation over time. Studies published in Clinical Nutrition suggest that frequent intake of snacks high in sodium and processed fats can increase the risk of heart disease and exacerbate cholesterol issues in older adults. While the popcorn smells buttery and looks inviting, the texture can be inconsistent. Some kernels are overcooked, and others are barely popped. Great Value might feel like an easy snack for those mindful of heart health or trying to manage blood pressure, but it comes with hidden risks that could outweigh the convenience. Skip the bag and opt for air-popped popcorn with a light sprinkle of authentic seasoning for a safer, satisfying treat. Number 5. Sweet Chaos Popcorn. Sweet Chaos sounds fun, playful, and guilt-free, but the reality inside the bag is a bit chaotic for your health. Thanks to its heavy sugar coating, when you pop it open, you're hit with a sickly sweet aroma. Some kernels are perfectly coated, but many are sticky, uneven, or complex, making every bite inconsistent. This popcorn is loaded with partially hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavorings, and preservatives, raising your risk of heart problems and high blood pressure. One serving has roughly 120 to 130 calories and 210 milligrams of sodium. However, if you finish the whole bag like most people do, you're looking at 450 to 500 calories and over 600 milligrams of sodium in one sitting. The sugar and fat combination spikes blood glucose and can contribute to long-term obesity and heart issues. Taste? Sweet and addictive, but slightly chemical, leaving a lingering artificial aftertaste. Sweet Chaos is far from it if you aim for clean, real popcorn. Marketing makes it look fun, but health-wise, it's risky. Skip Sweet Chaos if you care about your heart, blood pressure, and long-term health. Air-popped popcorn with real sugar or natural caramel is a safer, more innovative alternative. This snack can be particularly harmful, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, cholesterol spikes, and heart complications, especially for anyone over 55. Number 4. Poptime Popcorn. Poptime looks harmless on the shelf, but for adults over 55, it can be surprisingly risky. One serving has 200 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 210 milligrams of sodium, but most people eat the entire bag, which means over 600 calories, 33 grams of fat, and 600 plus milligrams of sodium in a single sitting. High sodium is a significant concern for older adults. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams per day, so a single bag covers roughly 25 to 40% of that limit. High fat, especially from chemical oils and artificial butter flavorings, can raise LDL cholesterol and increase the risk of heart disease. Add preservatives and chemical additives to the mix, which studies have linked to liver stress and cellular damage, and Poptime becomes more than just a snack. It's a hidden health hazard. Unevenly cooked kernels may also irritate sensitive digestion in some older adults. In short, for anyone over 55, finishing a full bag occasionally can spike blood pressure, stress the heart, and impact cholesterol, making it far from a safe treat. The safer alternative? Air-popped popcorn with a drizzle of real butter or olive oil, giving the same crunch without compromising heart or overall health. Number 3. Crunchmaster. Crunchmaster markets itself as the ultimate movie night companion. Bold flavors, extra buttery coating, and fun for the whole family. But here's the catch. One serving of their classic butter popcorn clocks in at around 700 milligrams of sodium, and most bags quietly hold 2 to 3 servings. Finish the whole bag like most people do, and you're looking at 1,400 to 2,200 milligrams of sodium in a single sitting, which is well over the American Heart Association's daily ideal of 1,500 milligrams. And it's not just salt. Artificial flavorings, hydrogenated oils, and sugar-coated seasoning keep your taste buds addicted while your body silently overloads on fats and additives. That movie theater butter taste? It's engineered, not natural. So Crunchmaster may feel like fun, buttery nostalgia, but your arteries might disagree. Next time, grab a kettle or air-popped popcorn instead, and keep the movie night magic guilt-free. Number 2. Mega Pop. Mega Pop bills itself as the ultimate family movie night popcorn, extra crunchy, buttery, and flavorful. But behind the fun branding lies a serious sugar and sodium trap. One serving contains about 320 calories, 14 grams of fat, and 350 milligrams of sodium. Most bags hold 3 to 4 servings, so finishing the whole thing means consuming 960 to 1,280 calories, 42 to 56 grams of fat, and 1,050 to 1,400 milligrams of sodium in a single sitting, enough to derail even the most careful diet. It gets worse. Mega Pop relies on hydrogenated oils, artificial flavorings, and added sugar to create that irresistible crunch and sweet combo. While it tastes gourmet, these ingredients quietly elevate cholesterol, spike blood pressure, and overload your system with empty calories. In short, Mega Pop looks like a treat, but it's an engineered indulgence designed for instant satisfaction at the expense of long-term health. Stick to air-popped kernels drizzled with real butter or natural spices for a safer alternative. You get crunch and flavor without the chemical baggage. Number 1. Cheetos Popcorn. Cheetos Popcorn looks fun, cheesy, and harmless, but trust me, it's more trouble than it's worth. Open a bag, and you're hit with that neon orange dust that sticks to your fingers and, sadly, your insides too. Some kernels are crunchy, others soft and oddly chewy, making every bite inconsistent. Ingredients? This popcorn contains partially hydrogenated oils, artificial cheese powder, added sugar, and synthetic colors like yellow 5 and red 40. Science actually warns us about these. Studies have linked artificial colors to hyperactivity in kids and allergic reactions, while high sodium and unhealthy fats are tied to high blood pressure and heart disease. One serving packs roughly 160 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 260 milligrams of sodium. But let's be honest, who stops at one serving? Finish the whole bag, and you're looking at 500 plus calories, over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and a good dose of saturated fat in one sitting. That's a recipe for spikes in blood pressure, cholesterol, and long-term heart issues. The taste is chewy, addictive, and slightly chemical. Your tongue might enjoy it, but your body won't thank you later. Skip Cheetos popcorn if you care about your heart, blood pressure, or long-term health. Air-popped popcorn with a drizzle of real butter or natural seasoning is a smarter, safer option. And for anyone over 55, this snack is especially risky, increasing the chances of heart complications, high blood pressure, and cholesterol spikes. But hey, it's not all bad news. There's actually some popcorn brands that are safe, simple, and even good for your heart. Starting off with number 10, Skinny Pop Original. Skinny Pop Original might look plain at first, just a bag of lightly salted popcorn, but that's precisely what makes it so good. There are no artificial flavors, weird colors, or preservatives, just simple, clean popcorn. And honestly, your body quietly thanks you for it. Each serving is about 150 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, and 95 milligrams of sodium, which keeps things light and heart-friendly. Because it's air-popped and high in fiber, it's great for your blood pressure, and long-term heart health experts from Harvard School of Public Health even recommend air-popped popcorn as a healthy snack option. Even if you eat the whole bag, it's nowhere near the sodium and fat overload you get from heavily buttered or artificially flavored popcorn. The taste? Crunchy, satisfying, and lightly salted. There is no fake buttery taste or chemical aftertaste, just popcorn that actually tastes like popcorn. Every bite feels simple but nourishing, giving you that snack satisfaction without overloading your system. So yeah, it may not smell like movie theater butter or come in fancy flavors, but sometimes the best choice is the one that quietly works for your health. Skinny Pop Original proves that even simple popcorn can be delicious, safe, and heart-friendly, especially for seniors. Number 9. Lesser Evil Himalayan Pink Salt Popcorn. At first glance, Lesser Evil Himalayan Pink Salt Popcorn looks simple, just a plain packet of popcorn. But the moment you try it, you realize there's more going on. The light, nutty aroma and subtle hint of pink salt make it surprisingly flavorful, without any fake buttery smell or chemical aftertaste. Each handful is crispy and airy, popped in organic coconut oil, and lightly seasoned with Himalayan pink salt. One serving has about 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 95 milligrams of sodium, making it much lighter than most microwave brands. In fact, research shows that air-popped popcorn with minimal oils and natural seasonings supports healthy cholesterol and blood pressure. What makes it stand out is how satisfying it is without feeling heavy. Every bite is crunchy and clean, perfect for a snack that actually works for your body. For anyone over 55, it's genius, easy on the heart, low in sodium, and still gives that classic popcorn crunch you crave. Number 8. Angies Boom Chicka Pop. When you think of popcorn, your mind probably jumps to heavy, greasy, overly buttery bags that leave your fingers slick and your stomach uneasy. But Angies Boom Chicka Pop flips that idea on its head. The moment you open the bag, you're greeted with light, airy kernels that are crisp without feeling oily, seasoned just enough to make every bite satisfying. Made with whole grain popcorn, organic coconut or sunflower oil, and natural flavors, it keeps things simple and clean. One serving has roughly 160 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 150 milligrams of sodium, which is far gentler on your heart than most traditional microwave popcorn. Studies from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health 2022 suggest that snacks like air-popped popcorn with natural oils and minimal seasoning can help maintain healthy cholesterol and support heart health. The best part? It delivers all the crunch and flavor you crave without the heaviness, grease, or chemical aftertaste that usually comes with popcorn. Number 7. Smoot's low-sodium microwave popcorn. When most people think of microwave popcorn, they imagine a cloud of greasy steam and overpowering artificial butter filling the kitchen. Smoot's low-sodium microwave popcorn is a pleasant surprise. The aroma is subtle, inviting, and far from overwhelming, hinting at a clean and thoughtfully made snack. This popcorn is crafted with whole grain kernels and a carefully measured amount of natural oil, keeping each bite light, airy, and perfectly popped. One serving has about 150 calories, 6 grams of fat, and only 90 milligrams of sodium, making it a heart-conscious choice for anyone who wants to enjoy popcorn without the guilt. A study shows that reducing sodium in snacks like this can help support healthy blood pressure and overall cardiovascular wellness. The taste? Simply satisfying. Each kernel delivers that classic popcorn crunch without the heaviness, chemical aftertaste, or excess salt found in traditional microwave brands. For those over 60, it's a brilliant pick. Enjoyable, low sodium, and easy on both the stomach and the heart, proving that popcorn can be both delicious and responsible. Number 6. Quinn aged Parmesan and rosemary popcorn. When you hear popcorn, you probably picture a classic buttery snack. But Quinn's aged Parmesan and rosemary popcorn takes it to a gourmet level. The first bite surprises you with savory, nutty Parmesan with a hint of fragrant rosemary without any greasy or heavy feel. This popcorn is made with whole grain kernels, organic oils, and real Parmesan and rosemary, keeping it simple yet flavorful. One serving contains roughly 160 calories, 7 grams of fat, and 180 milligrams of sodium, which is far more manageable than most fancy microwave brands that sneak in hidden salts and oils. From a nutritional standpoint, the natural ingredients provide flavor without overloading your heart or blood pressure, making it a smarter snack choice. What really makes Quinn stand out is the gourmet experience without the guilt. Each kernel is crisp, lightly coated, and full of taste, proving that popcorn can feel upscale while still being wholesome. For adults, this is a delightful way to indulge in flavor while keeping sodium and saturated fats in check, a rare balance in the world of flavored popcorn. Number 5. Pipcorn Truffle Mini Popcorn. Pipcorn Truffle Mini Popcorn looks like tiny, delicate kernels, but the flavor inside is unexpectedly bold. The first bite hits you with a rich truffle aroma that feels almost decadent, yet it never overwhelms. Unlike the heavy, oily popcorn you usually imagine, these mini kernels are crisp, light, and perfectly coated. It's a gourmet and mindful snack made from heirloom corn and organic oils with authentic truffle seasoning. One serving has roughly 140 calories, 6 grams of fat, and 120 milligrams of sodium, which keeps it heart-friendly and easy on blood pressure. Experts have noted that choosing minimally processed snacks with natural oils can support heart health and maintain cholesterol levels. What really makes Pipcorn stand out is the experience. It's not just eating popcorn. It's a little indulgence in each bite, without the guilt of excess salt, fat, or chemicals. For those who want a lighter, heart-conscious snack without sacrificing flavor, this choice is sophisticated and mindful, proving that even snacks can feel luxurious while staying healthy. Number 4. Anthony's Organic Yellow Popcorn Kernels. You know that satisfying popcorn that fills the kitchen with that warm, homey smell? That's precisely what happens with Anthony's Organic Yellow Popcorn Kernels. These aren't the oversized, greasy microwave kind. They're small, golden kernels that puff up light, airy, and perfectly crunchy. What sets them apart is simplicity and control. Made from 100% organic yellow corn, you decide exactly how much oil, butter, or seasoning goes in. 1 cup of popped kernels has roughly 120 calories, 1 gram of fat, and very little sodium, making it a snack that's genuinely good for your heart and overall wellness. According to Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, whole, minimally processed grains support cardiovascular health and stable blood sugar. The real joy? Every bite feels fresh, homemade, and satisfying without any chemical-heavy taste or excessive salt of store-bought microwave brands. Anthony's organic yellow popcorn kernels are a perfectly mindful choice for anyone who wants a wholesome, clean snack that still delivers classic popcorn flavor. Number 3. Pure sea salt popcorn. When you open a bag of pure sea salt popcorn, the first thing you notice isn't a chemical aroma or heavy butter. It's the clean, simple smell of real popcorn, lightly salted and inviting. It's the kind of snack that feels honest from the first bite, with no gimmicks and no overpowering flavors. Made with non-GMO kernels and organic oils, this popcorn keeps things minimal and natural. One serving has roughly 130 calories, 6 grams of fat, and just 140 milligrams of sodium, which is far lighter than most pre-flavored microwave options. Nutrition experts note that snacking on minimally processed whole grains with low sodium supports heart health and helps maintain steady blood pressure. What makes pure? Sea salt popcorn stands out for its simplicity done right. Each kernel is perfectly popped, crisp but not complex, and the gentle touch of sea salt lets the natural corn flavor shine. This popcorn is a wise, guilt-free choice for anyone looking for a clean, mindful snack without compromising taste. Number 2. Bjorn Corn Popcorn. When you grab a bag of Bjorn corn, it doesn't feel like the usual snack aisle popcorn. These kernels are airy, lightly crunchy, and surprisingly flavorful, giving you that satisfying crunch without feeling heavy or greasy. Bjorn corn keeps it thoughtful but straightforward. Made from non-GMO corn, organic sunflower oil, and natural seasonings, it avoids artificial flavors, preservatives, or the chemical-laden coatings standard in many brands. One serving comes in at roughly 140 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 150 milligrams of sodium, which makes it a heart-conscious snack. Studies show that minimally processed whole grains and low-sodium snacks support cardiovascular health and stable blood pressure. The best part? Eating Bjorn corn feels like a treat that respects your body. The natural flavor of the corn shines through, and the light seasoning enhances without overpowering. Number 1. Boom Chicka Pop Sweet and Salty Kettle Corn. When you think of kettle corn, you usually imagine a sugar-heavy, greasy snack, but Boom Chicka Pop flips that expectation. The first handful surprises you. Light, crisp kernels with a perfect balance of sweetness and a touch of salt. It's indulgent without feeling heavy, making movie nights feel a little more wholesome. Made with non-GMO corn and organic oils, this popcorn avoids artificial flavors, preservatives, or overly buttery coatings found in conventional brands. One serving has about 150 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 160 milligrams of sodium, which keeps it lighter than most pre-packaged sweet popcorns. Research shows that moderate portions of minimally processed snacks can satisfy cravings without harming heart health or blood sugar levels. What really makes Boom Chicka Pop shine is its taste experience. The sweet and salty combination hits just right, the texture is crisp without being dry, and each bite feels fun and satisfying while staying mindful of your health. For anyone looking for a guilt-conscious treat that actually tastes good, this kettle corn is a perfect choice.